list time, let me just show all the characters first. These are all the characters. I have somewhat sorted them out, so let me just show the new characters since the last tier list. These are the new characters. Obviously I will touch up on every character. It would be more easier for me to just review these characters, but as I've traditionally done, I'll review the other characters too, just in case my opinion has changed on them, which it kinda has on some, but it's not a huge difference. I'll make that clear before the video starts. And before anything, I hope you guys do end up subscribing. This takes a lot of time, so yeah, let's just get into this. I'm gonna start with the old world characters. So over up here we have the old world characters. Let me take that off first. So this is the old world 3 characters. Then there's completes, there's high-tech, physical, psychic, and weapon. So that's how I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start off from the top, and there you go. Okay, so obviously the new Boros, it's gonna go in overall best. Let me make one thing clear though. So these old world characters, this is for heavy spenders only, this category so far. So if you spend a lot, these are your characters. This is what you want to go for. But if I had to choose between 3, I would say definitely go for old world Boros because of his crazy boss damage. I think someone's doing like almost 3 trillion damage, so there's that. Okay, and okay, so this guy just recently came out, I believe like maybe a week ago from when I'm recording this, so I still haven't really seen him in action, so I don't know where I would place him. But as for old world Hellish Blizzard, I guess you can, it really depends on the rank you get her. That's about it. Like if you can get her high up, plus 10 SH6, that kind of stuff, then obviously she'll be an overall best. So I'm just gonna show these 3 characters in there, but these are high. You need to spend a lot to get these units to a good level. So if you're a low spender, small dolphin, small whale, whatever, don't go for these. And obviously if you're free to play, don't even consider these characters. So let me start with the actual characters. Before I even do that, I should let you guys know that as most of you know, I don't really spend. Occasionally I buy a pass or something, like not that much anymore. So yeah, this is from my perspective, from someone who doesn't really spend all that much anymore, just the regular pass occasionally, and that's about it. So pretty much every unit that I have you can make too. It'll just take some time and for the character to actually show up, but you can do that. You can actually, I feel like there's players better than me, even though they're free to play, so so there's that. Okay, so I know I've always put Boros in overall best, but in the second tier list I actually put him up there just because I had him in the first tier list at overall best. So obviously he's a really old character now. He's the first complete, so yeah, I will definitely not put him in overall best. Even if you max him out, I guess you can put him in, I don't really know where you would put him. Like, definitely not decent. He is good if you get him up, but I don't see myself ever using him for anything. So and mine is just base mythical, so I guess I can put him in PvP. Not much to say. Like, he's an outdated character. There's other completes that I would definitely recommend you should work on instead. Same goes for Watchdog, man. He is good, but you need him at 5 stars, talent 30, and you need some Spirit Hall and Limit Breaker on him. So let me just shove him up in there. Okay, Zombie Man. He is great for story. He's always going to be used for story. Good for some of the trials too, and definitely always he'll be up there for PvP. But I will put him in top tier tank. Okay, there you go. But definitely he can be used in PvP too, and a lot of people do use him for PvP. And okay, so I'm just gonna put him in bad. Actually, not even bad, just decent. I know I never do this with a complete, but I've seen people with SH Spirit Hall 6 plus 10 talent 30, like literally maxed out, and he still is nothing compared to what he is in like extreme trials or even story. So I would just put him in here, like his performance just doesn't keep up in PvP if you compare it to the extreme trials or anything else. So I will put him in decent. He is supposed to be tanky, but he's not apparently. So let me just put him in decent. All right. Okay, Goketsu. Goketsu is still good. I mean, to be honest, old Ouroboros just makes everything looks like a joke. Kind of what Bloodthirsty Garo did when he first came out, and he still does, but he can still solo teams. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll put him in PvP heavy. Yeah, definitely good for PvP. Good for story too. Defenses, extreme trials too sometimes, but. Yeah, but if you have a plus 10 Goketsu, I'm already assuming you have a terrible tornado or good nuker before him, so you're not really going to use him for extreme trials anyway, just for PvP. You do need him plus 10 though, plus 7 is not going to cut it. Plus 10 is where the game changing starts for Goketsu, so do bear that in mind. And obviously stars. Okay, another outdated unit. Let me just. I guess you can use him in PvP, but nowadays he's not really using PvP at all. Maybe in Apex defense or something, but I guess he is more situational. He's just not used as much anymore. He's not a bad character, just really outdated. He is one of the. I think he is one of the newer limited, not the newer, but the older limited characters. One of the first few that came out. So he is really old. Awakened Vaccine Man, he is good at tanking. I'll give him that. I know I'm saying this with every character, but you need these characters at a decent rank to be able to use them. Obviously, I don't have Awakened Vaccine Man at all, so for me, I would put him in top tier tank simply because he can tank. I don't know why else we would put him in anything else. He can take attacks, so he goes in top tier tank for me. Valentine's Mask, he is still good. Even though there are instant nuke teams that can counter him, he is still great for PvP. That reminds me, I would put Goketsu in top tier damage instead. But he is good for PvP too. Atomic Samurai, he's just a fun character. Not really, a serious PvP character. You can't really do much with him, but he's not bad. He's unique. I like him, even though I have I have enough copies to make him legendary plus, but his normal can be useful for story. So I don't know. I wouldn't say he's in PvP heavy because it's not really used in PvP anymore, but I guess I'll put him in decent. You can use him for story definitely on some teams, especially he's complete, so he does have the synergy bonus going for him on any team. Pig God, definitely top tier tank. He is amazing. PvP too, of course. King is. I know I didn't do this before, but I'll put him in overall best. And there's a reason why I'll put him in overall best. He has just kept up so well ever since he was released. It's been since I don't even know. It's been a really long time since King was released, and he is still to this day useful. If you think about it, when it comes to bosses, he is still one of the very few characters that is still used for bosses. For example, the Guild War boss, and maybe not the forgot the name of that troll boss, but he can definitely be used for Swine Coffer. I think that's what it's called. And of course, you can use him for Ancient King Pluton, but definitely he will be on any top boss damage team. So I'll put him in overall best, and he can be used for story, extreme trials for sure. So I'm gonna give him overall best this time. Of course, he is top tier support, but I feel like he deserves overall best. Garo, okay. I've seen him used in Skittle Girl Troll Challenge a lot recently, but he is good for PvP. Still, I can definitely see him being used in PvP, even though he's a really old character. Uh, Obviously, you do need some limit breaker. You don't need +7 or +10. That's a lot of limit breaker, but there are better options than him in the 4 type characters that I would rather you spend on. So just get him at a good rank, 5 stars, or I don't even have him 5 stars. I don't even have one copy of him. But if you do have him, he's not a bad character at all. He can be used for PvP and yeah, it's PvP and defenses. Okay, Xmas Terrible Tornado. I have no idea where she'll go. Definitely not using PvP anymore. Really outdated. I think this is like the first limited character, so you need to know how to use her to be able to use her. And if you know how to use her, you know you need her +7 or +10. You need a really good rank on her. So I would put her in decent. Okay, Gun Ricky. Not many people use her. She is, in my opinion, underrated. I will put her in PvP heavy for sure. I've seen Sinjo use his. I think it's his Gun Ricky, and yeah, she is just amazing. I'll put her in PvP heavy, and I see. Oh my god, I see balls. This one's actually terrible. But for the memes, I'll put them up here. Overall best, of course. No, I'm just kidding. He's just not great at all. He needs to get his second ult to actually do something. So, I don't know. I'll put him in decent, but definitely I would never use this character. Same goes for Guro. I would never use him. So I know this tier list looks a lot different than before, and this is strictly because I'm only putting the characters in top tier support, top tier tank that I would actually use myself. So yeah, Guro, he can be shoved in here. I should probably make these look like that because there's a lot more characters to go. Okay. I will zoom in on this afterwards. I know it's hard to see, and I need to crop this out as well. So I'm gonna lose some quality over there, but it is what it is. Flashy, great for PvP, but you do need him as limit breaker on +7 or +10, I believe. So do keep that in mind. But I really like him for hero versus villain. Whenever I'm able to loan him out, he is really good. Suryu, he's great too. You can't counter his stun with anything unless you're running a life chip. But yeah, that's really something. If you could take away with +7 his stun, that would have been amazing, in my opinion. But he is really good. I will give him top tier damage. He is kind of free to play friendly. He's your budget and bloodthirsty Garo. But talking about bloodthirsty Garo, he'll go in overall best for sure. He can carry his story team all by himself. PvP teams, he can definitely destroy them if that team doesn't have him, or in old world Boros. But you can counter him with melds, but he is really good. He definitely deserves the overall best spot. Obviously, he can't. His undying can't be countered. Not undying, but I forgot what it was called. His ability to not die. That can't be countered yet, so that's why I'm giving him overall best for now. But he is really good. You do need him +7, +10, not +7, +10 for sure, and 5 stars, or I guess SH6, Bearhold 6. Otherwise, if you can't get it to that rank, I would not put him in overall best. Really, the +10 is where it's gonna do anything for you. Anniversary Genos, I will definitely put him in. He's good for debuffing, and he has good damage, so I'll put him in. I don't know where I should put him. I should probably have a debuff category, but I guess I'll put him in top tier damage. He's good for bosses, Guild War boss too, of course, and he really shines at +7. I know it's hard to get him +7, but it is doable free to play. It's gonna take some time though because this character barely shows up. So yeah, I'll give him top tier damage. There is Phantom Metal Bat. Okay, again, you really need to work on his Spirit Hall and his Limit Breaker to get him into the top tier damage. But otherwise, if he doesn't have +7, I'm just gonna put him down in here. But when he goes into his rage state, or whichever state that is, he does so much damage with his ult, and especially if the character has bleed, they take more damage. So I'm gonna put him in top tier damage. As for her, yeah, it's not even situational. She's just okay. Don't consider working on any of these characters over here, including situational, of course. These should not be priority for you, especially if you're starting out. And just a quick disclaimer: if you're starting out, please don't start. Please don't start this game. Anyways, okay, I love this character. Definitely top tier sport. I am biased, so I wanted to give her overall best, but you know I can't do that. She only needs to be present in the battle to be useful. So, well, actually, that's true for any character, but you know what I mean, right? If you get her talent 30, legendary even, she is great. You can. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to explain her talent. So when you kill a character when she's present in the battle with their talent 30, that character who kills the enemy or whatever you're killing, they'll get 30 rage. So which makes her great for instant nuking the second time. And okay, Hellfire Flame. I don't know. Like compared to a Galewind, this character just sucks. If you compare him to Galewind, his brother. So I'm gonna put him in decent, but definitely you don't need Hellflame. What is his name? Hellflame Fire. Galewind. Yep, that is one character that I would consider working on. But you don't need him +7, but you do need him at a high rank, of course, to be useful. So there's that. That is someone that I would consider working on. Especially for PvP. If you're doing PvP, then I'm assuming you're gonna push for +7 or 10 anyways. Okay, Xmas Bang. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I still haven't seen him in action, and the same is true for Xmas Watchdog Man. So I don't know where I would put for them. All I know is that they're good for dealing a lot of damage, but that's about it. So I guess I'll put them in top tier damage. But I won't consider working on any of these characters because they are limited, and there'll always be better characters to work on for myself. So I wouldn't push for these two characters. And okay, Monster Fight Bakazad. He's good for damage, but I won't work on this character either. Kaketsu is much better than him, so don't worry about him. Not a character that's worth your time. Okay, Valentine's Terrible Tornado. Okay, she is extremely annoying. If you've done Hero versus Villain, you know how annoying she is. So definitely, I don't see her in PvP at all, but she will be good for PvP if someone actually puts her on +10, all the Spirit Hole, and does that kind of stuff. But I know why people won't. Also, people won't do it because she is a limited character, and she rarely shows up. I think she hasn't showed up since she was first released, or maybe she showed up once again. I don't remember, but definitely, if you got the money to get her +10, then go for it. Valentine's flashy, so he is great. I have one copy of him. It is really useful. Even at Elite, his mirror ability is amazing. So I would pick up one copy for him in the limited hero association shards. For sure, he is helpful. Even at base mid, you can get him there, but I keep him at elite. He's still useful to me, so definitely a character that I would get. Easter Pig God, of course, he's just another, just another. What is his name? Carnage, musical Carnage Kabuto. So he is like annoying as hell in hero versus villain, but and you're using it yourself, I would put him in decent, not much higher than that. Don't go for him, obviously. Drive Knight. This reminds me of something. I saw him go into his fancy ultimate at. Okay, sorry about that. I saw him go into his ultimate, like a really fancy ultimate, and he died right away. I think it was the Bloodthirsty Gar that killed him. So, just a hilarious story that I remember about him. But yeah, besides him, I don't remember anything about this character. I know he's good for damage and whatnot, but I wouldn't make him a priority. So, there you go, top tier damage. Okay, I don't know about him either. Easter Goketsu, just put him in decent. Like, this is not one of those characters that you'd want to work on. It's a limited character, and there's always going to be other characters that are going to be better than him. So, just shove him in decent. Okay, so Spring Atomic Samurai. He is also one of those characters that having a one copy will help. I didn't pick up a copy, but having him in the, I believe it was same column, it will actually boost the characters that are behind him. I don't think it applies to the characters that are in front of him, but still it's a really nice boost. So pick up one copy, and he's mostly a damage dealer, but if you're just going for one copy or basement, then I guess he's support too. Genos 2.0, okay. You can use him for PvP, but you really need to know how to use him, and you need him at +7 or 10. So I wouldn't consider working on him. Oh my god, I am sorry about that. Okay, Musical King, definitely top tier support. I've seen him in action. He's crazy, but no, of course you need his +7 or 10. Otherwise, don't go for him. If you can't get him to that rank, don't go for him. Okay, Anniversary Gar, there was a lot of hype about him. Personally, I didn't like the design itself, but we're not talking about the design, we're talking about the character's power. I don't see much of him at all anywhere. I tried him myself, saw nothing special, but so I don't know. Definitely not PvP heavy. You won't see this character in PvP. I guess he can go in decent. Okay, she is. If you've seen the recent replays in PvP and Guild War Boss and Troll Challenge, you'll definitely realize how good she is. But you do need the +7. Oh god. You definitely need the +7. Let me just lock this up. Okay, yeah, as I was saying, I need her +7. She's already gone. I'm pretty sure she's a limited character, although she didn't have the limited mark, but she is supposed to be limited, so there you go. Top tier support, you need her +7 though. Why can't I select this character? Oh, she's locked. Okay, there you go. Top tier support. Okay, we're finally done with the completes. Holy crap. There's so many completes in this game. Let me lock that up. And high tech. Okay, let's get into the high tech characters. He's terrible. Don't work on him. I still haven't worked on this guy. Don't work on him. I hope these 4 type characters are gonna be faster than completes and the world characters. Genos, he is amazing, top tier support for sure. You don't need him +7 or I guess you do nowadays need him +7 or 10, but he will be useful to you without any limit breaker. So definitely he is great. Let me do him like that. And Child Emperor, top tier support. You don't need the +7, but +7 on him is great. It's really underrated in my opinion. I have him +7. and I do find a lot of situations where he was really helpful to me, well, because he was +7. So I would encourage you to go for his +7 if you have other good +7s and don't really know who to work on. Armored Gorilla, I haven't used this guy since like what, Death Gatling came out, I believe, or even before that. So, but I would use him when I need to stun a row or something. So I'll show him in situational. There you go. Not a terrible spot for him. Metal Knight. Oh my god. It's not like this character is terrible, but I've generally never liked Metal Knight. I don't see the hype. Even a +7 or +10, I don't see him doing great as compared to Golden Ball or Terrible Tornado. So I'll put him in decent. He's okay. But if you've seen my replay for High Tech Trials, I've literally never used this guy. So, and I guess for story he can be used if you have him +7 or +10, but that's a lot of limit breaker that you could use on other characters. So I don't know. I guess decent should do him well. Dr. Genos, oh my god. I also a character that I don't use. Definitely not top tier support, but I guess he's decent. I won't use him in High Tech Trials. I guess he can be helpful on a story team, but yeah, not a priority character for sure. Blue Fire is fodder. Blue fodder. There you go. There's gonna be a lot of fodder, I remembered, so let me just type this up. Okay, there you go. D4 is great. I guess top tier damage. Definitely he can be used in PvP too. His +7 is good, really good actually, and the +10 is +10. Why do I keep on saying +10? +10 is even great. So if there's a character that you want to go for +10 on, definitely go for his +10. It's great. I believe when he goes into his core state, or whichever state that is called, the mini state, it gives him 50 rage automatically, which in most cases he will ult right away. So that is amazing. Definitely I would go for his +10 if I had the option to. Okay. Xmas Child Emperor, he is great. I guess I'll put him in top tier damage. You're mostly gonna use him for High Tech Trials sometimes, and for Guild War bosses, or any boss, I guess. Okay. Magic Man, is okay. It's kind of situational, similar to Magic Man if you need to reduce someone's rage. But besides that, he's just gonna die out on you. So let me put him in situational. Mycoplasma is great. She can do a great amount of damage, but she is also good at debuffing the enemy characters. So I guess I'll give her top tier support, but she does a lot of damage too, so keep that in mind. Summer Zombie Man, he's great. Even still today, he's used in PvP, and I would recommend people still use him for Guild War boss, of course. For those who don't have Old World Borals at +10 S Barrel 6, of course. Death Gatling, amazing character, top tier damage for sure. And his support, I guess when you get him talent 30, he can be shoved in support too, but his damage is great. This guy is terrible. I don't think I'm gonna have anyone better overall, to be honest. Put him in there. Wildhorn, he can be tanky, but you need to really get him up. I don't know, like, is he worth your spirit hole? I don't know. Definitely not a top tier tank. Maybe tanky, but not top tier. So I would put him in bad overall. Not even situational. He's just a tank. There's nothing too special about him. And Bang. Thing about physical characters is that most of them are only using physical trials. So I guess he can go in not really damage, but I guess damage. But when I'm putting him in damage, I'm also saying that he is as good as that Gatling, which he's not. But he's gonna be your main damage dealer for physical trials, or I guess Ring now, because she is great. I'll touch up on Ring too. Okay, Puri Prisoner. I don't really use him, but I guess he can go in decent. And definitely not a priority character, of course. This guy goes in support to my mask. Not really top tier sport though. I'll put him in sport, but not top tier. Ally is good. Let's see. I'll put him in up here as well. These two are only used in physical trials. Just a quick disclaimer. You can use Ally in story though, so that's something. Tank Top Master, I guess he's just there to tank. He does tank a lot in physical trials, but he's not gonna tank at all in PvP, so just bear that in mind. Carnage Copter, he is amazing. I guess top tier tank for sure. He does obviously his stun, and he just can't be crit when he's in his second state, so he is amazing for. So I'll definitely he's a really underrated tank. So definitely work on him. His +7, that is good too. I don't have a +7 because I don't really need a tank, but definitely he is great. If you can get him +7, if you have a lot of good characters +7, just go for it. Lightning Max, okay, if you get him +7, he gets 20 rage in the beginning of the round. So if he's going first, then that's a guaranteed 40 rage per kill for whoever kills. But yeah, that really depends. If you get him +7 just for 20 rage, then he can be in top tier sport, but otherwise he's just situational. But I have used him in my story team, as you might have seen the video, but really hard to get him in there. Beast King, he's just terrible. I mean, he's fodder. He's not even bad, he's just terrible fodder. Deep Sea King, again, you're not going to use him anywhere else except physical trials, so there you go. Let me put him in there. I don't know. It doesn't really feel right to put these physical characters next to these really good characters, but I don't know. Can't really put them in decent either. Or I guess I can't put them in decent. There you go. Bang goes in decent. Okay, Deep Sea King. I guess he has the little defense thing going for him, so I'll put him in top tier support, because when he does use his ult and then goes his, oh my god, I can't even talk, that he brings the defense down, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, Loincloth, or Clot Loin, whatever his name is, he is decent too. These physical characters are nothing great, honestly. As for Bomb, if you get him +7, then he can be decent, but otherwise he's just bad. Don't go for him. If you get him +7 though, I'll move him up to decent if I had him +7, but I don't. Carnival Beast King, oh my god, he is just terrible. Don't even think about this guy. The worst character. Rhino Wrestler, oh my god, Surbum. What am I gonna do? Nah, he doesn't deserve top tier tank. But if you build him right, if you get him +7, put your resources in him, then he's not a terrible tank. But he's not gonna do anything besides tank. That's all. That's all he'll do. So I guess I'll put him in situational. Yeah, don't want to put him in bad overall or fodder. Ring is great. Best physical character in my opinion, or one of the best. There's Deep Sea King, he is really good too. So, and Carnage Kabuto, of course. Ring she's really good character. Do plan on getting her +7, literally just for physical trials. So we'll see about that, but definitely a good damage dealer. As for Sonic, I saw no one go for this guy except I think there was one person and even then he wasn't great at +7. So I'll put him in situational, not even situational, but just a bad character overall. Definitely better characters to go for than other than him. Terrible Tornado, I don't know if I should give her overall best, but you know what, I'll definitely give her top tier damage. She is used a lot, like in Extreme Trials, story, uh, PvP, like, or I guess like not Veil PvP, but just PvP. But top tier damage for sure. You don't want to really give her overall best though. It's a tough call, but top tier damage. Here, I'll just put her up there. She's just a bit above all these. So there you go, top tier damage. I'm gonna bring it down to make it look symmetric. Waxing Man, he's just bad character. Don't go for him. Please don't go for him. I mean, he's okay for early story, but he's gonna fall off really soon. Meltguard, amazing. Definitely he can be used in PvP. He's also a great tank. Okay, Mosquito Girl, she's situational. I used her sometimes in Psychic Trials, like rarely, and I used her in Story 2 sometimes, but that was only just for the silence. And I could have used Boros for that too, for Story. And in fact, he's the better choice. But yeah, I'll give her situational. Gay Shoop, this character. Not top tier support, in my opinion. This support literally depends on the plus on his limit breaker. Otherwise, he's a useless character. He's gonna do you more harm than good in any team. So if you work on his limit breaker, then I guess he's good support, but you're gonna want to work on the limit breaker. Just a disclaimer: I have him +1. I neglected this guy, and I don't regret it. So maybe I'll put him in bad overall. There you go. Hellish Blizzard, she's actually underrated. I'll give her top tier support. She is definitely underrated. I'm not saying you can use her for PvP, but for story, Psychic Trials, Stream Trials, Ultimate Wargame Trials, you can see I've used her a few times. She's not that bad at all. And all I had on her was her Spirit Hall on her, and she's not a bad character. She clears the debuffs with her ult, or most of the debuffs with her ult. So she's great. Give her a top tier support and she's just such an old character. It's an OG character. Combo Infinity, it's a terrible character. Alright, I guess I'll give her situational because you can use her stun in some way. But besides her stun, you're not gonna ever use her. Sky King. Okay, now I know I put Sky King in, I believe, fodder. But some people say he's really good when you get his limit breaker up to +7 or +10, and some people are saying he is okay. So I personally don't have any experience with him. So if I didn't have him at any limit breaker, I would shove him down in battle overall or fodder. But if you get his limit breaker up, and I'm pretty sure his +7 doesn't unlock anything, he can be good for boss damage. So. In fact, some people are saying he's the best for free-to-play players, which I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that statement, but he can be good apparently if you get his limit breaker up. So would I recommend you to work on this character? No, work on the other limit breakers first, and if you're really bored, then just get him up. It feels so bad putting him up with top tier damage, but that's just how it is. Glory Bass, he is great. I used him in Psychic Trials, even some story teams, and he can be used in PvP, as some of you might know. Awakened Mosquito Girl, yeah, I don't see her being used anywhere. She used to be useful in PvP, but it's an outdated character, so I'll give her situational at most. Exodus Hellish Blizzard, she is great. I use her in Psychic Trials. I would use her in PvP too, and I use her on my story team too. So she's great. Definitely a character that you want to have, and I believe she's one of the first limited characters. So for how old this character is, it still keeps up. Okay, not him, but this guy's just. I'm just gonna put him in fodder. You can't really even fodder this character. It's a limited character, but he is bad. Don't consider him, please, for your own sake. And this character is bad too. In fact, he's fodder. I don't see him being used anywhere. Monster Fight shows, he's fodder too. Not worth your time. Phoenix Man. Okay, I'll put him. I'll put him in situational. My throat is so dry. Give me a moment. I'll put Phoenix Man in situational. There were times that I used him for psychic trials and story, and he was just at elite, and he was still being useful. So I'll put him in situational. Okay, Exotic Sub King. Great character. Just get him +7, and that's your +10 Genos basically. But yeah, I got him +7, of course. Good for instant nuking teams, but not required if you have a laser chip. Metal Bat. He's a good tank, for sure. I'll put him in top tiers. Not top tier sport, but top tier tank. Use him in story, weapon trials, of course. Useful for PvP too. Okay, we are on the weapon characters finally. Okay, Spring, just bad character. Unless 100 Eyes is watching this, then amazing. But just a bad character. I guess if you want, his normal reduces -10, or has a chance at reducing 10 rage. If you find that helpful, then maybe you can put him in situational. But yeah, he's just a bad overall character. Golden Ball, definitely top tier damage. Amazing character. Definitely need him for weapon trials. Useful for story too, and PvP as well. Not heavy PvP, but just your server PvP, you'll find him useful. Sonic, this character fell off. Like, I use him in weapon trials, and he just doesn't do anything. Like, I guess he's decent at best. This guy is terrible. Like, let me put him in fodder. I have him 4 stars, I believe, but I literally never popped him into the battle build. I know how awful he is. Okay, Subterranean King. This guy is actually, I guess it's situational. If you can get him to ult, then he will actually stun some of the enemies. So if you're getting him to ult, is gonna be pretty big though. So if you can get him to ult, then I guess he's not the worst, but he's not gonna be any useful without his ult. Okay, Smile Man. And definitely not overall best. I would put him in bad overall. Not, he can't be used for any type of situation unless you're trying to hit for the bad character with the special. Even then, you can't really decide which bad character you want to hit on. So, just bad overall. Same story for Stinger. Bad overall character. Pluton. He is decent. His shield is kinda nice for weapon trials, and for story too. His little shields can help. So I'll put him in decent. Okima Itachi actually does a nice amount of damage, but top tier sport is a little too. She's not too deserving of that title, so I'll give her decent. There you go, Okima Itachi. Lightning Genji is bad. Don't go for him. I know this is a very reduced thing, but not worth your time. Bushido, fodder character for sure. Super ass, also bad. Don't go for her. Okay, Eastern Golden Ball. Now I see people, not really people, but few people using in PvP. And I know what he does. When you place him in the row, he actually makes it so the character doesn't take any critical damage. So they're blocking all the attacks, but I think that's unlocked at +7 or +10. And even if it is unlocked at that rank, I wouldn't go for this character just for that. So I will give him not PvP heavy though, but situational. if you know how to use them, then maybe you can be put into PvP heavy too. But definitely situational character. Marshall Gorilla is terrible. I'll give him fodder. Blue Fire Guitarist, this guy actually used to be good, and then he got nerfed, so he became kind of irrelevant, similar to me. So let's put him in bad overall. There you go. Valentine's Lily. Okay, I guess she is still used for, some people still use her for boss, so give her top tier damage. And you know, when there's 3 boss teams like Apex Showdown, you're definitely gonna want to use her. And you know, for C9 challenge, she'll be useful there as well. So there you go, top tier damage, but not a top 5 boss character by any means. Okay, Xmas Moon Rider. I kind of want to work on this character. He is a good support, especially for weapon trials and for story too. But if I will need him, I need to get him Spirit Hole 6 to be able to get into ult first round. So I don't know. If you can get him at a decent rank, he is good, top tier support. But otherwise, if you have him at Legendary Plus or even Basement, then he's okay. Nothing special. Okay, as for I saw someone using this character today. I can't recall who, but they still lost. So fodder character, or I guess situational. She reduces the 10 rage thingy, I get it, but not really useful. Okay, these are all fodder characters, or I guess not all of them. This is fodder. Sorry, why is... oh, it's showing over him. Okay, I know why. So Jet Knight guy, also fodder. Hammerhead, also fodder. Let me make this a little bit tighter. Okay, he's bad too. Of course, Moon Rider is terrible as well. These are just the early game characters. You literally use these characters as fodder once you get at a decent rank or level, I suppose. Sky King Sung, his son, he's bad too. Sluggerus, now he's not top tier support, but you know, he is support for new players. So for me, he's still fodder, but if you're starting out, these 2 characters are going to be good support. I've literally made a video called Top 5 Ways to Nuke, or Top 5 Nuke Teams, something like that, but you can use them in an early nuke team. So I'll still give them fodder because they're not really useful to me, but if you're starting out, these 2 guys are not bad. Okay, Ground Dragon. Okay, I have no space in here. Ground Dragon goes in here. She goes in here as well. I have no space. Let me just shove these characters in like this. Okay. Almost have space. There you go. Fodder 2. So there's the tier list. It's actually looking kinda even this time around. One category is not overloaded like last time, I believe, except the fodder category. But that's not what I was aiming for. I was aiming for a fair judgment and priority of work on each character. So there you have it. Yeah, this is the tier list. This is gonna be longer than any other video, I'm gonna assume, but yeah, it took my time. Finally made this tier list. Hopefully I don't have to make this for some time. It's not like I don't like making these, it's just that these take a lot of time to make. But yeah, this time I've organized everything, so next time it should be easier. But yeah, so as I said, this takes a lot of time, so do subscribe if you haven't already. You know, I never asked for this, so there you go. There's the tier list. It's not to pleasure anyone, it's just what I see. The characters that you want to promote, characters that you don't want to promote. This is just how I feel. But yeah, there it is. Tier list 3.0.